For me, being here, being part of this event, remembering Rohit Vemula, this is not just an event for me. Being in this position, intersectional positions of a Muslim and a person with a disability. If I say I am being part of rewriting the history, because if you see the history of TIS as a campus, a person who is having identity like mine, actually this would be the first time like a person like me getting a stage or getting this kind of an audience. And also, if you see, like I have clearly mentioned, I am holding an identity of a Muslim, also a person with disability. See, in both the ways, if you see the historic context in India, because of the Brahminical forces or the Savarna forces, many the kind of discriminatory practices existed within the Hindutva or within the Indian culture. If you see, actually, you must be aware about the karma, doctrine of karma, which says the persons with disability is having disability because they have committed sin in their past. So I was, or my forefathers or the people with disabilities had this identity before, were not allowed to live with a liberty or to live peacefully just like any other people in this society. That was the scenario before. And also, if you see the case of Muslims, even now, if you see the education and employment status of Muslims in India, I feel actually that's a very disturbing fact to see, because we are being marginalized or sidelined in India because of the same Hindutva forces who don't want anybody from this marginalized community to come and learn in these educational spaces. And the same Brahminical forces or the same Hindutva forces only killed my sister Fatima Latif in IIT Madras. Also my my brothers and sisters or my siblings who belongs to other minority marginalized communities. So if you see, actually, so like I have pointed out in the beginning of my speech, this is the first time I am getting this opportunity, because when I came here to talk, I was very much worried that whether I will be able to deliver my speech without getting worried or like without losing my confidence, because I was not aware, I was not confident to speak here, because this is the first time I am addressing like this kind of a large audience. That is because of the kind of social cultural environment where I lived. Because in my society, I am coming from a family where I am the first generation learner in my home. All my parents and my relatives, I am the first one to get post graduation, and I am the first one to come for doing research, and that too like a prestigious institutes like TIS and other central universities. I am very proud to say that here. And similarly, because of their identities, people from other marginalized communities also, be it the Dalit communities, be it the people who are marginalized because of their gender, because we know people who belongs to transgender community, they were marginalized, they were not allowed to go to educational spaces or go to employment because of the cultural, because of the discrimination existed within our culture, and that has a lot to do with our. When you talk about the culture of India, that has a lot to do with our the Hindutva or the Brahminical culture existed in our still existing in our country. So like that, rightly I have pointed out, now we are recreating history or rewriting history, and in this, when I am saying that, there I have to connect it with my dear brother Rohit Vemula, where he has initiated or the kind of politics they created in Hyderabad Central University, and the message they have circulated or they send it to other people across the country, that the alliance or the uniting the marginalized voices in the country, coming together and asserting our identities and raising our self-respect. So in that sense, actually, I would like to bring your discussion, this discussion to a different level. Here in this, I am studying since 2015. I was also part of certain progressive organizations like in the beginning, but unfortunately I should say there I didn't get any kind of considerations, because I am having this, like I am holding my identity as a person with a disability, as a Muslim, and unfortunately I would like to share it with this audience who are sitting here, that the comments I got, some of my friends who belong to that particular progressive force, is that, identity politics is created by the corporate forces, because they don't want the labor force to get united, so that they have created this identity politics. Bullshit. I want to say bullshit. And the next thing is that, during last to last election, one of my friend from that same force told me that, these Muslims are getting united. They have some hidden agenda to perform here in this. I would like to say that, shame on you guys. Shame. Totally shame on you. That is because of the hypocrisy which you carry inside your organization, because you don't want any identity, I would like to specify here, any marginalized identity to assert their identity within yourself, because like you are criticizing identity politics, but I am saying you are the one who is playing identity politics here rather than anybody, but you are very selective in selecting that identities, because you have to carry the sovereign identity forces within your Hippocratic organization. So I am totally disagreeing with that, and now I am not part in that organization. So because like I am also like in many discussions, I know I was also misrepresented by the same forces, and like I don't have any problem. This is my response to you. And coming to the my other identity of a person with a disability here, because see, recently we are having lot of political movements, lot of political discussions emerging from the university campuses, especially like I have to say that in India now we the students are really playing the role of opposition, and like during this anti-Muslim, anti-trans community and anti-Dalit legislations and movements brought out by the right-wing forces here, who always call us, who always tell us to go to Pakistan because of our identity. So against them, the bigger message was circulated or was sent by the students in Indian university campuses, and I proudly I would say that I was also part of all these movements, but unfortunately because of my person with a disability identity, I had to hear from the same students who talk about all the equity things in this. I had to listen from them that, because once I was participating in the protest, one person came and asked me, are you also going for the protest? I don't know what is that also. Then second thing, when we were having protest gathering in Azad Maidan and all, some people from our own place came and told us that, oh, you are doing a great thing, still you are participating in this protest. Again, shame. Also, there were media person. One media person came and asked me, oh sir, can you just tell me, you being a person with a disability, we would like to share it to our audience that you are coming and participating in this protest. I don't know what kind of attitude is that, what kind of attitude or kind of notion you have about persons with disabilities in India. Because of the karma, again I am coming back to the kind of discrimination existed in our society. Because of the karma which you had in the past, or because of the super big model which you have presently, you are considering all the person with the disabilities as apolitical, asexual, and also as people who don't have any right to question, people who don't have any right to assert their identity. When you assert your identity, they are like, no, you cannot do this. We are there to support you. You ask, we will give you. We don't want that business. And here also, even in this, we have people, we have authority who have that attitude. And I would like to share a message from my behalf as a person with a disability that we are not there to ask for your charity. We are here to ask our right. So like this I was mentioning, just to make sure, just to mention that being a person who have experienced double discrimination or belong to the marginalized community, this is my message I would like to share. And also I would like to mention that the kind of response we are creating is that from the Muslim identity side is that from last like maybe if you observe from last 1 year, there is a lot of change visible. Even people from outside also we are asking, since like when we are seeing the posters which you are creating for events like some cultural festivals, also the political events which are happening like this. In all those cultural events, initially all the Savarna symbols were represented, but now this year we had posters of people fought in our history in order to assert their identity and their self-respect. We were able to include all the identities, and I proudly say that like that is because of the change happening in Central University campuses, and that has lot to do with Rohit Vemula again. And again, when you consider the Muslim students here, we have a group called we have a collective for Muslim students. Okay, we have certain collectives for that, and also in disability also we are forcefully or we are consciously trying to create a disability discourse here. And when I am talking here, I am sure that I am being part or I am taking a lead in creating that discourse, because now what we want to do is we have to create discussions, we have to deconstruct all the existing discrimination or the existing dominations, and we have to create a discussion against that. We have to convert the discussions into a discourse so that our voices or the identity which we are asserting and our self-respect will be sustained forever. And Jai Bhim, everyone, thank you so much for listening. Thank you.